Doesn't have cow flaps, so it's somewhere between the 56 and the 58, Cessna 182.
Is it the same model though?
It's the same model number, it's just not as new. That's called a 172. And
What is this for?
those are called Venturis. And, I have a vacuum pump on mine to make the gyro spin. This thing, you know how Venturi works? Did you study that at physics or anything? If you accelerate the air through a constriction like this, that's called the throat of a Venturi. If you accelerate the air, the more you accelerate it, the lower the pressure is. And so it creates a vacuum right in here because of that. It actually, in here, it's kind of a double Venturi. But you get 100 miles an hour wind going through there, it makes a pretty good vacuum. And one of these is hooked to one gyro, and one's hooked to the other gyro. One's the attitude gyro, and one's the directional gyro. Some of them, they put a great big one on here, and it'll do both gyros, but this is one for each one. So you don't have to, strictly no moving parts in the vacuum system. The only thing wrong with that, aside from being a little draggy, is if you're flying in the wintertime and that thing ices up,
Everything up.
well, it quits sucking, because it's covered up with ice. Then the gyro goes tilt, So then you're back to that little left-right needle. I had that happen one time. I used to have one of these. What happened? I was telling you about that guy Jake, the bachelor. He had just gotten his instrument rating, and he was with me when that happened. We were going up to Tulsa to drop some parts, and we came back, and we were climbing out, and it was wintertime, and it started precipitating, and I was watching the rain. He was flying, and I was watching the raindrops on the windshield, and they stopped moving, and I went, "Oh man!" And the temperature was 32, and we flew along for a while, and I looked over there, and I saw we were in the clouds, but I kind of thought the airplane was turning, so I looked over there, and his attitude gyro was showing a bank to the left, but the way the compass was turning, it was showing a turn to the right. So I looked further over there, and way down in the corner was that left-right deal. It's electric, so it was always working. And I said, "Let me fly this thing a minute, Jake," and I leveled it out with that thing, And I said, "The gyros have just lost them because the Venturi froze over." "What are we going to do?" I said, "We're going to drive on this little left-right needle until we find a hole, and then we're getting out of the clouds." So, that was stupid on my part for even taking off. This is a neat airplane. This is a really neat airplane to learn to fly in because it's real nice flying, real light on the controls. It's light enough where you can feel everything. That one of mine is pretty heavy on the elevator, and this one is real light. This is just a nice flying airplane. They made a 170 before they made the 172, and the 170 had a tail wheel and a big round rudder. And in 56, and this is a 56, they put a nose wheel on them to make them, and they called it a Landomatic landing gear. It's almost automatic, right? They're a lot easier to fly with a nose gear than with a tail wheel. And that thing came out in 53 as a tail wheel. And then in 56, they did the same thing to put the first nose gear on that. And this one could be converted back to a tail wheel. These old ones, the ones with the straight tail. Good old airplane. You need to watch the boat shop here, did you? You get that rag off the wing before you take a picture. thing cruises faster than mine.
This little one?
It's got 80 less horsepower. Of course, it doesn't weigh very much.
Is that one missing the blade?
Prop,
Yeah.
yeah, we got the prop off there. They put another engine in it, and, the company, I think it went through bankruptcy.